Alright guys, another weekend working on the car. We have a few things we actually have to tick off this weekend. I've got a logbooking scrutineering next weekend, and there is a huge list I've got to get done. I've got to get tow straps, fire extinguishers. I've got an oil leak on the engine. It's where the oil filter goes into a sandwich plate that goes to another filter thingy. There's an O-ring in there that we have to replace. Once that's replaced, hopefully the oil leak is gone. I'm going to service it as well, so I'm going to do the air filter. Was going to do spark plugs, but just didn't end up getting them. Yeah, we'll go through it all and let's get to it. Right, so at the moment my dad's just working on getting that oil O-ring out. In the meantime, I've just taken the inner wheel guard out just so I have a little bit more room, and the tyre was rubbing actually a little bit, as you can see right there. So still rubbing a little bit on the rim. There's a little bit of a scratch around there. Once the space is on, hopefully that will come out and we'll take it from there. Alright, quick and easy install. We replaced the O-ring for the sandwich plate for the oil filter. Hopefully that means the leak is gone. It was a OEM one from a Nissan dealership, so it was only $9. Cheap and easy fix, hopefully. And obviously running the K&N oil filter. Let's finish off working on the car. Alright, so there was a bit of oil over the engine, obviously with the oil leak, so we quickly degreased the whole engine and we have wet it, sprayed it down. We've left it in the sun to dry, and in the meantime we're going to rip the front bumper off to get the tow strap on. Alright guys, it is now Saturday. Did heaps of work on it yesterday. Obviously I had a big day at work, so we cut it fine. We're going to be doing the tow straps today, so I had to quickly run out to the shops, grab bolts, washers, had to get a impact socket for my GK Tech, lug nuts for the wheels. I'll show you what we got from the shops over here. So there's a 17mm king chrome socket for the lug nut. That's the tow strap, and they're the bolts. They're 130mm. They're an M12, fit perfect in there. And I did get your nylock nuts, because obviously the vibrations of the car didn't want the standard bolts undoing. So we'll get to it. And alright, so just while I'm doing the tow straps, I've just decided that that is the metal housing that actually goes around the shift spook. I'm going to paint that black, and that's also where I move that big white fan that where the aircon goes behind the passenger side of the dash. Alright, so while the bumper's off, we're going to actually remove the washer bottle reservoir. My wipers don't actually work anyway, so there's no point keeping them on, and get rid of that, because the plan is we're going to relocate the power steering to about here, and that way I can hopefully fit the oil catch can. Has to be a 3-litre oil catch can. Will probably be a very tight fit in there, but we'll make it go. Alright, the strap is bolted in. It is nice and tight, nice and firm. And the reason I have put it there was the factory one is right there, so The standard crash bar should be alright, but I am going to be getting a proper bash bar with a jack point, and I'll make sure they put a tab on it so I can put a toe strap on that. And what I'm doing now is just making a slit for the bumper now, just because it just had a bit of tension on it there, so I'll just use a small hand saw to cut them just as the Dremel couldn't actually get in there nice. So now I'm just going to run the top line and then take that off and refit the bumper. Heaps of room there. Nice. That was sick. Alright guys, the bumper is back on. The toe strap is on with the toe sticker. Looking the goods. Now we're just going to turn it around and start doing the back one. Right, that was a bit of a nightmare. There was a few screws inside there. Then that thing actually has to slide off on that rail. I'll show you a bit better. And then there's a little white bit in there. It looks like that. You have to twist that 90 degrees and 8mm. I had to actually cut this one off, so got to clean that up a bit, and then yeah, it literally slides straight out. You have to use a bit of force to actually pry it open, but let's do it. Alright guys, what a mad day. It's been absolutely hot here in Perth, Western Australia. Thankfully the V8 supercars run, so when it got a little bit too warm we could just watch that, but the rear toe strap is on. The rear bumper was a bit of a pain in the ass to get on and off, but there you go. We have set it up so you can get like right on a good angle. That's all done. Obviously the front's done. Literally, we've checked off so much today. All we have to do is a fire extinguisher and put the battery sticker on. That is literally it, and then this weekend is done. So, alright guys, back working on the Z again. Today, it's Sunday now. Didn't record any of it, but got a little bit carried away and we took the roof lining off, the two airbags, and it looks a bit different in there now. And unfortunately, when we were jacking the car up, we forgot that we put the engine stand here and we dented and scratched the car, but no biggie. It's going to be a drift car. It's going to look a lot worse than that in a few meets. So today's plan is we're going to do the fire extinguisher bracket for the driver's side. I'm going to hopefully mount it just kind of flush with the seat. And that's basically it. And then everything is ticked off the list for this week and scrutineering next week and drifting really soon. Alright, so what my dad's done here is just bent the brackets and like an S bend. I don't know if that's what you'd call it. There's two separate panels, and what we're going to do is cut them and then weld them in the middle, and that will just be the fire extinguisher bracket done. It's going to look pretty nice once it's all painted and cleaned up. Alright, the fire extinguisher bracket is all done, mounted up. Just got to grind off the little extended part of the bolts off and bolt it in to the driver's seat. Alright, so we're actually now in the process of putting the GK Tech hub centric spacers on. The torque recommended setting are 72 to 85 foot-pounds of torque, and we've done them to 82 foot-pounds of torque, just what GK Tech and Nissan recommended. So there's one of the GK Tech spacers on. We're at just the standard 10mm, and obviously that's a tyre at stock, so there's a little bit of wheel poke. These are the D-Speed DS03s 17s by 9.5, so when it sits on the ground it actually just tucks in on the guard. So pretty interested to see how the 10mm is gonna look. We'll bolt one up and show you guys what it looks like. Alright, we've got the GK Tech 10mm spacer on, and that is a fair bit of poke, looking pretty nice, I have to admit. We're also running the GK Tech 60mm long lug nuts. They use a 17mm drive, impact drive, that's what we're using, and that's the stock size. So there's definitely a huge difference running the spacers. Alright, so with a 10mm spacer, it is giving me a lot more angle. That is absolutely crazy. That is the GK Tech steering angle kit as well as the 10mm spacer, and I've got to admit that is bloody impressive. And at full lock, I've got no rubbing. So super happy with that.